Well, I always say the number one skill of an entrepreneur is the ability to sell or communicate. Number one, because sales equals income. So if your sales are down, your income's down. But it's not just selling your customer, you gotta sell your employees. That's really tough, you know. And then next is selling my investors. So I'm selling investors, I'm selling employees, I'm selling customers, and I'm selling myself. You know, I gotta talk myself into, I don't have the pleasure of being down. Entrepreneurs have gotta be up. Because if you're down, your employees know it, your customers know it, the market knows it. So number one is sales. But when you look at the big picture, there's three things an entrepreneur must learn. Number one is PR. And what you're talking about is PR. The other day, Fox News interviewed me to find out if I would endorse my friend Donald Trump for president. You know how much that's worth? You know, they co-branded us. Kiyosaki, Rich Dad, and Trump. That's incredibly priceless. You know, so getting PR is a number one skill. Under that is marketing. And what marketing does is like advertising. They want to set the customer up to get ready to buy. Oh yeah, I saw that Kia ad. I want to buy a Kia. I want to buy some land, and I want to buy this. So the customer is now primed to buy. That's marketing's job. Then the last thing is a sale. So if you've done a really good job on PR, then you've done a great job on marketing. The sale is like that. You know, they walk in, they buy. But if you have no PR and you have no marketing, you have to pound, hard close. Well, Mr. Customer, you know, today's changing business environment. You know, you should buy my insurance and all. And people today hate sales pitches more than ever before. So the number one sales job of a true entrepreneur is to develop your ability to get PR. And I'll say it again, most entrepreneurs are not good at sales. They're horrible at marketing. They have no idea what it is. And they can't get any PR. And so they struggle. And again, sales equals income. So they crash.
How does an individual that sort of opens themselves up to learning, actually make sure they don't get sort of roped into the wrong advice and the wrong teaching?
Well, unfortunately, that's part of the process. You know, I've had bad teachers as well as good teachers. But that's part of life. That's real life. It's like, how do I know she's the right woman for me? Should I marry her? Well, I don't know. Or is he the right man for me? I don't know. If you don't know, you don't know. And sometimes you don't know until after you get married. It's the same as money. There's no real answer to that. The trouble is those school teachers tell you there's an answer. There isn't an answer. There's trial and error. There's learning. You're going to make mistakes. I've made a lot of mistakes, but they've been very good for me because I've learned from them. But schools tell you if you make mistakes, you're stupid. And that's why most teachers are poor. They don't make enough mistakes. Or if they make a mistake, they don't learn from them. You know, if you want to stay small, be the smartest guy on the block. And that's why most accountants, most attorneys, most doctors never get rich. It's because they're too narrow. You know, they're experts in toenail removal or something, you know what I mean? Or my attorney, a poor guy is an A student, but he knows jack about outside of that. Whereas I never had, I flunked out of high school twice because I can't write. It's irony that I'm a writer today. But the reason I'm pretty good is because in the military, we're taught to be generalists, not specialists. So when I sit down with my team, I have accountants, I have attorneys, I have media guys, I have IT guys, I have graphic designers and all this. So I operate as a team, since I don't know anything. So in actuality, being a great entrepreneur means I could be the laziest guy and I can know the least. But I have to have a very smart team, which is the ring finger around me. So because I was never smart, I had respect for people who are smart. And a lot of times I meet A students and they think they're the smartest guys on planet Earth. And that lack of respect is what keeps them small. And that's what most corporate guys want to do. Stay small, you know, you gotta climb that corporate ladder, you gotta beat the other guy to win the job, and it's all that stuff. It's not the way an entrepreneur really works. It's corporate, it's school system. You know, you gotta beat out for the grades, you gotta have the best grades. I don't have to be the best, but I have to hang out with the best.
What's your philosophy when it comes to human resources? How do you get the right people, and then how do you keep the right people?
It's the most important part of business. That's why I went to military school. Then I was a Marine Corps. The reason when I talk to military veterans, you probably have the most important skill of all, because all we're trained to do, whether you're a general or a private, you're taught to be leaders. It is a number one skill of an entrepreneur is people skills and leadership skills. And unfortunately, most people don't have it coming into. So when I do my talks to veterans and all this stuff, I really want to encourage them, because they're pretty depressed because they can't get it. They're a Walmart greeter, which is a good job, but they're afraid to take the leap into entrepreneurship. But military guys, I don't care what branch of service, just by the indoctrination process and the survival rate, whether you go to combat or not, is that you learn leadership skills, people skills. You've got to have that. Whether you're a team of one, you still have to deal with your customers, and the good customers, bad customers, lawsuits, taxes, government regulations, and all this. They're all people skills. So when somebody says to me, what do I need to learn? I said, boy, you better learn how to communicate pretty quickly to people you don't like and get them on your side. How to win friends and influence people. Basic book. The number one skill of an entrepreneur is people skills.
I don't think the dollar or the rand will be around in 50 years, but I know gold and silver and blockchain will be. Your job is to figure out which one you're going to work for. And so you just got to pay attention. I'll say it again. Your competition is the future, because it's going to change so fast. And if you cannot adjust and change with it, then shame on you. That's the way I look at it. And if you think you know all the answers, then I'll pray for you also, because I definitely know I don't know all the answers. Is that I never invested in Bitcoin, but I invested in Ethereum, because I have very good friends who are well into investing into Ethereum. So it does count on who your friends are that you're going to get rich. And if you're hanging out with friends who are poor, or family members are poor, or brothers and sisters who are poor, your odds aren't good, because your brain will be too slow for the future. And what I'm trying to say also, if you're poor today and you find out about a trend coming up, you'll be rich tomorrow. But if you're poor today and you don't learn anything new, you're still poor tomorrow. So if you don't change your friends and your attitude and your mindset, then when the changes come, you don't change with them.